What's up everyone, my name is Joris and welcome back to the Money Network. Recently, the strangest thing happened. I found my dog, Arwen the Shiba Inu, browsing Reddit in search for the hottest stocks to invest in. I was confused. Why would my dog look for Reddit stocks to invest in? I taught her better than that. I think it is time for a reminder lesson in stock investing. So I started by bribing her with food. I sat her down and discussed the basics of stock picking again. She seemed to be listening, but I'm afraid she was just waiting for more food. After a lot of tips and tricks, she showed me she was ready to invest, or at least fed up with my annoying preaching. I now wanted to test her. Instead of investing in the hottest stocks of Reddit, I challenged her to pick 10 stocks and try to beat the market in 2023. If she wins, she will get 100 schmackos. If she loses, she will have to wear a silly outfit. She seemed enthusiastic about winning, and the deal was made. Together we did some research online and we found the Forbes Global 2000 list, a list of the world's 2000 biggest companies ranked using 4 metrics: sales, profits, assets, and market value. This list presents a lot of the biggest names in the world. Berkshire Hathaway tops the list this year for the first time since the first publish in 2003. Big oil companies recuperated very well last year, boosted by a rising oil price. A lot of profits were made here. As a group of 2000 companies, the Forbes Global 2000 amounts for 47.6 trillion in revenues, 5 trillion in profits, and 233.7 trillion in assets, and 76.5 trillion in market capitalization. 58 countries are represented in the Forbes Global 2000 list, with the USA leading the ranks with 590 companies, followed by China with 297 and Japan with 196. The list is a great way to start learning about arguably the best companies in the world. Here we see Berkshire Hathaway, the industrial and commercial bank of China. We see Aramco, Saudi Aramco, we see JP Morgan and Chase, and we see the Chinese construction bank leading the 5 first ranks. Arwen seemed to like this list to start off with. The next day I copied the first 50 names on the Forbes Global 2000 list and I printed them all out. I cut them all into small pieces and spread them out, covering them with her food. I then went to get her and told her the strategy. Pick the stocks you like and we will invest in those stocks. As expected, she used all her experience and knowledge and decided to work very systematically, uncovering the first 5 names right next to her. As the names were scrambled anyway, it did not make much of a difference. As a professional investment dog as expected, she chose Pfizer, one of the world's biggest pharmaceutical companies. An United States-based company with over 80,000 employees, with around 50% of their revenue coming from sales from the USA. She also picked Verizon Communications, one of America's biggest telecom companies. With revenues of around $130 billion and the biggest competitor of AT&T, Verizon seems like a very strong candidate in the telecom sector. As the third company, she picked Nestlé, the Swiss food company with a revenue of 90 billion Swiss francs. Nestlé also produces a lot of dog food, so I guess Arwen wanted to invest in something very close to her heart. Her fourth pick is Ping An Insurance Group, a Chinese holding in the banking and insurance sector. Ping An has invested a lot in Europe around the 2008 crisis. A huge player in Asia and a good addition to the portfolio. As a fifth company, Arwen cleverly picked out Tencent Holdings. Another Chinese holding, another Chinese company, focused on technology. The company is very big in mobile gaming and in esports. Not sure why Arwen picked this company in particular, but we'll see what it gets. After that, she decided to work less systematically. I think the hunger got to her and she started to follow her gut, eliminating certain companies. Halfway through, there was one company that she really particularly liked, because this one she tried to eat. BP, British Petroleum, made the cut. England's biggest oil company. I guess she heard us humans complain about the rising energy prices and wanted to help us out. Number 6 was put on the list. As for the last 4 names, I let her clear out most of the companies she didn't want to invest in. When around a dozen were left, I divided the names at random in 2 groups for her to pick one side. The first 4 she picked from that group were added to the investment pool. Arwen cleverly chose Berkshire Hathaway, and I was so proud. The huge holding from Warren Buffett has proven to be one of the best companies of all times. And of course it is ranked number 1 on the Forbes Global 2000 list this year. So a very good pick. After that followed Alphabet, or better known as Google. We all know this huge company, so I don't really have to talk about it further. She further picked Saudi Aramco, the biggest oil company in the world. Again oil, again energy. She really wanted to be part of the high energy prices, I think. And lastly, she picked Allianz, the German insurance company, one of the biggest in the world. The investment portfolio was made. But there was one small problem. Unfortunately, the stock market of Tadawul, where Saudi Aramco is listed, is not open to the general public. So investing in Aramco is not possible for the average investor, let alone for the average little Shiba Inu. We will have to discard Aramco and go back to Arwen to make another decision. When I got back to Arwen, I tried to explain why one of the companies she chose from a golden team cannot be invested in. She didn't want to change her opinion, but after going back and forth a few times, we decided to give it another go. I placed all the other companies around her and let her pick again. She chose Shell, the oil company from the Netherlands. I guess as a dog, she really likes companies that dig for treasure. The investment list was set. Now the question remains, will Arwen beat the stock market in 2023? Here is her golden list. We will invest 1,000 euros in each of these stocks at the closing prices of all those stocks on Christmas evening, December 24th, 2022. And we will see their evolution towards the end of 2023. And next to that, we will also invest 10,000 euros in a worldwide tracker to see if Arwen can beat the market. And maybe she should become the first female dog fund manager. So if we look at Arwen's portfolio, we first have to look at all the currencies she uses in her stocks. We have 4 different currencies apart from the euro itself, and I have listed all the prices on December 24th, and then we have the prices today. These are updated as we speak every day, every moment, and then afterwards we have Arwen's 10 picks, the golden team she wants to have her investments in. I have put in all the names of the companies she chose, the sectors, the tickers, the prices on December 24th, the prices of today, which also automatically updates, the evolution of the stock, the amount of shares we could have bought, and then the amount of euro value it is today. And then to compare with the global market, I've put in the tracker of the Vanguard All World here, where we put in 10,000 euros, and then we also see the return on this stock. But if we look at her portfolio from a fund manager's point of view, she actually made some good decisions. Her random choices actually turned out pretty well. She has invested in 7 different sectors, and she is mostly invested in the oil and gas, the software and IT services, and insurances. All the rest is pharmaceuticals, telecommunication, food, and consumer goods. Currency-wise, she's also pretty well diversified. Half of the portfolio is in dollars, then we have 10% in Swiss francs, we have Hong Kong dollars as well, 10% in pounds and 20% in euros. But then again, all these companies are global. Their income comes from all over around the world. So basically the currency diversification is less important in my opinion. And then the diversification in geography is also great. There's 40% in Europe, 40% in America, and 20% in Asia. Arwen picked this portfolio completely at random. But apparently it's well diversified, so I'm really looking forward to what it's gonna do compared to the markets. As you might assume, this video is not financial advice. I do not suggest you follow a dog's advice when investing your own money. This video is to show the difference in investing in individual stocks at random versus investing in a global portfolio. The results will be available 1 year from now, so stick around to see if Arwen can beat the market. and she gets her smackos. I will also update her performance on my website, and I will put the link in the description below. So, what do you think? Is investing in individual stocks more profitable than just buying a global diversified portfolio, the whole market? And will Arwen be able to beat the market with her golden team? Are you team global markets or are you team Arwen? Let us know in the comments below. And we'll see you 1 year from now or on my website.